Friends, in this journey of life, something wonderful happened to me. I got my Guru, Paramhansa Swami Niranjananand Saraswati. And we as a family got associated with the Bihar School of Yoga, which is in Munger, Bihar, a place so beautiful and serene that it moves you from within. Through 4 podcasts, I bring to you this joyous and happy world.
Today, we are honored to welcome Ms Aparna Singh, a remarkable individual whose life journey is as inspiring as it is diverse. Hailing from Rewa, Madhya Pradesh, she spent her formative years in Lucknow, where her journey as an exceptional student earned a master's degree in chemistry at the young age of 21. She is a person of many interests and talents. She is an accomplished painter, particularly skilled in oil painting. Her passion for the arts extends to her love for gardening, showcasing her affinity for the natural world. A voracious reader and a creative cook, she seamlessly traverses various domains with ease and expertise. However, it is perhaps in the realms of yoga and spirituality where she truly shines. A devoted karma sannyasi. Her life is deeply rooted in the principles of yogic lifestyle, particularly in the classical Satyananda yoga tradition. Her decades-long immersion in yoga has not only shaped her dynamic personality, but also inspired countless others. She has been teaching yoga as an act of service to a multitude of people, especially women and children, across 2 decades. In her role as the president of Sangrakshika, the CISF Wives Welfare Association, she has been instrumental in spreading the practice of yoga throughout the CISF community. Her dedicated effort aim to promote health, happiness, and harmony, reflecting her belief in the power of yoga and sincere effort for the welfare of others. Join us as we delve into the life and insights of Mrs. Aparna Singh. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Your association with the Satyananda Yoga, the Bihar Yoga tradition, is a family one. How did this begin?
First of all, Hari Om to Swamiji and everyone here. My earliest memories of yoga is as a child when we used to go for vacations to Rewa, my paternal place, and my uncle, my father's elder brother, he was an avid yoga practitioner. And as a little child, he used to make me do the practices with him during the vacation. That is my earliest, as a very small child. And at my home, my father has been into Bihar Yoga tradition, and how he came, I'll give it to you now. In somewhere around the mid-70s, he had a severe colitis issue, and the doctor there suggested that why don't you start yoga? And that is how it started in his life. And he immersed himself into yoga over the years. It was somewhere around 83 that one of his friends gifted him a book of Yoga Publication Trust, that is Meditation Through the Tantras. And with that, his association began with the Bihar Yoga. And over the years, those books from 83 onwards, Yoga Publication Trust books have been at our place. We learnt yoga in a very natural way at home because of the environment at home. And ultimately in 1993, he came to Munger for the World Yoga Convention, which was held in 1993. That was the first time when he met Swamiji. Then in 1994, he came and he was initiated into yoga. He was given Diksha by Swamiji. And when Swamiji gave Diksha to him at that time, he told him that I am giving you Parivarik Diksha. Since my mother and brother were with him, he thought it was a family that was getting initiated. But as we think of it now, it was in 1994, all of us, the whole family was taken in the Bihar Yoga family by Swamiji, long time back, before even we met him. So that was how our association with the Bihar Yoga tradition began.
What has been the role and influence of yoga and the ashram in your personal life?
I'll divide it into two parts, yoga and the ashram separately. Yoga has, as I told you, that we have been practicing yoga as a child. It was in 1990 when I got married to a Bihar cadre officer, a police officer. And after marriage, Bhagalpur was the first posting where I came, which is next to, if people don't know, Bhagalpur is next to Munger, adjoining district. But no, at that time I did not reach the ashram. Yoga as a practice, as a young bride, I taught PM1 to my mother-in-law within a month maybe of my marriage. Being a police officer's wife is not easy. And especially it was absolutely a new life in a place like Bhagalpur. Frequent transfer is, I think so most of the wives here who are from the police fraternity, they will relate that frequent transfer is the continuous challenge we keep facing. So it is, now if I think, at that time I didn't understand, but now if I think so, yoga practices help me to adapt and adjust continuously in those changing times. I got married when I was just 21. So that is how it had helped me in the very early days after marriage. Then it was due to the association at my parents' place, whenever I visited them, yoga practices got reinforced. Whatever I was doing, it was reinforced every time I visited my parents' place. Saturday, Mahamrityunjay Havan had started, not the Havan, but the chanting had started from 94. So that was integrated. After my first delivery, I had a very severe, serious case of postnatal eclampsia. And that really shook everyone. So when I was expecting my next child, there was a lot of anxiety in the family. And at that time, I think so Yog Nidra and regular practice of Mahamrityunjay was, which I did, and everything went very smoothly. So, and my husband joined the IB, and we were in a number of places. Shimla was one of our, I think so, the most beautiful house we had ever in our life. We have a very beautiful memories of the whole family including the small children doing yoga together. It was in Dhaka. Sheila was posted as a diplomat in the Indian High Commission. One of his colleagues' wife had a lot of health issues. So I just introduced her to some practices, and she benefited immensely. And she was the person who forced me into teaching yoga to the community. So that is how it started. I never thought of teaching yoga. It was a very good, vibrant Indian community, expat community, diplomat community. And we had regular classes for women there. So that is how my teaching into yoga started. The whole family were involved, exposed to the yoga practices, my children, if I say. This journey continued until 2006, as my husband told you all yesterday. In 2006, we came to the ashram for the first time. How we came, you know the story. And that was, I think so, a transition point in all lives of all of us, all the four of us. For me, till 2006, yoga I was practicing was just a practice. And after Diksha, it established in my life and it became sadhana. So that was the biggest turning point. And another thing, I was teaching yoga, but the spirit with which I taught yoga after that, that changed. It was the spirit of seva and service to my Guru. So the personality, if you take yoga, it affected the ashram exposure, changed us. And obviously, connecting when we came into the Sharan jo kahenge, Guru ke aaye hum. So that was the time when things changed. But yoga gave that foundation to us. And that is how yoga and ashram has affected us. And the personality of all the four of us has changed with the association with the ashram. And the bonding and harmony has increased with this association. That is how it has affected my life, our life.
As a mother, what have you experienced as the benefit of yoga for the development of children and cultivation of harmonious family relationships?
As a mother, I'll say, I think so, the connection with Swamiji at a very young age has been the biggest blessing they have received and we have received. And after that, frequent ashram visits, that consolidated that association and that connection. And what children imbibe in the ashram, we cannot understand. And they imbibe it so beautifully. The concept of karma yoga, seva, which people of intellect do not understand, children just simply absorb it. And that is, I think so, has been, we couldn't have given them this sanskar ever. And as one thing more which the ashram has given the children is the genuine pride in the culture and tradition. Many of you have met them. They are absolutely modern children with scientific outlook, but they have a genuine pride in their own culture. And Material life does not enamor them. That's again a very big thing for a youth of today's world. The material life, they are living in that world. They are doing or they're working in that world, but it doesn't enamor them. These things are the qualities which I think so it is the ashram and the connect with Swamiji which has given them. So, and then I come back to mothers and parents. As mothers and parents, we have a worry for our children, future of our children. And that is continuously bothers us. But this worry, I was very lucky. This worry dissolved very early after our visit to the ashram, because I realized my children have got an anchor in the Guru and the ashram, which will guide them in all situations. Now I come to women as such, as mothers. Any household pivots around a woman. And yogic discipline is something which, and if a woman has that yogic discipline, it naturally percolates in everybody in the family. Here, men may not like it, but if a man is into, has yogic discipline, he may confine it to himself only. But if a woman has that discipline, it will percolate in the whole family at least. For that, I'll give a very simple example. Meal time. These days, it is such a big challenge to maintain meal times for the whole family. And I'll give you one anecdote. I got a call, my daughter was in US, and I got a call from her. And she said, "Mom, you have affected my psyche. I want to sleep after it and I'm not able to sleep it." So this is what the discipline at home changes. Even if she wants, she still says this. Why have you done? So many people sleep so late. I am not able to do it. Then they were, again, I will give when a mother practices yoga or has this yogic discipline, they are able to, the children naturally learn how to manage themselves physically, mentally, emotionally. That is a very big teaching as a mother one can give to them. Again, I'll take the example of my daughter only. She was in Boston for 2 years and we couldn't even visit her once. And practices of Neti, Kunjal, Yog Nidra, Shashankasan, they really helped her to maintain her sanity in that alien environment and helped even her friends in their difficult times. One of the Saturday Mahamrityunjay Havan, that is a tradition of Bihar Yoga. It may look once a week Havan, but I think so that plays, it has very far-reaching effect. We have, in Delhi we have been doing, since 2009 we have been doing Mahamrityunjay Havan. For 2 years when Damini was out, I think so it was just once or twice she didn't attend it through a video call. So that is the connect these things form, which gives strength to the child who's out. And that connection she keeps and brings them back to you. So one more thing which the youth of today faces is failures. how to take failures. No education tells how to take failures. Just taking failures as a stepping stone to move ahead, I think so that is a very big teaching you get with the practices of yoga and exposure to ashram life. So I will say both are important. Exposing the children to ashram life and creating a home environment.
How have you incorporated yoga into a busy daily life in Delhi? And what have been the benefits?
As one grows, commitments, involvement increase, responsibilities increase. And I have been able to live a yogic lifestyle. I can say it with pride. In spite of all social responsibilities, commitments which I had. And I think so for that, the 5 capsules which Swamiji has given us is the way to do it. Not trying to do everything together. And continuously during the day, when one does these practices, you, in spite of all the distractions, dissipations, you are again and again get centered, balanced. So that helped me to maintain balance in all these conditions. And I'll say 2 things, regular sadhana and maintaining positivity in all situations in life. Ultimately, that is the thing which I think so I got through yoga only. And one of the statements of Sri Swamiji which has guided me all through, I may not be exactly quoting him, but I'll just say what I understood of it. When you do things for others without any expectation, then there is no tension and no stress. And I have felt it all through life. I have done whatever I do for, even for Sangrakshika, you can say, or classes for women, children. There was no stress, no tension. It is true. There should be no expectation and there is no stress. When you do things with expectation for yourself and people you know, then there is stress and tension. So it all happened because that expectation I was able to remove from all my actions which I did. So that is how I lived yoga inspired.
You have been practicing yoga at a personal level for many years. Then what motivated you to take yoga out in the society? And how did it come to flower into the work of Sangrakshika?
I have been working with women and children for last 2 decades. And taking classes, camps, and sharing what yoga has given me. And telling them how they can integrate it. That was the basic intention with I used to try to reach out to women. Because yoga has given immensely to me in my personal life, in my family life. So I just wanted to share that with the, as I said, with the spirit of seva and service without any expectation. With that, I did it. And then in 2 years back, my husband became the DG, Director General of CISF. And I had to take over the responsibility of Sangrakshika. Sangrakshika is CISF Wives Welfare Association. So the welfare work was going on. It is a 8 to 9 year old organization, not a very old organization. Still it's a young organization. Welfare work was going on. I assessed whatever work was going on before starting any activity. And it was by the inspiration of Bihar School of Yoga, of bringing health, happiness and harmony, that inspired me to give the vision to Sangrakshika. That is to take, you all can relate. The vision came from here, to take CISF families and community towards health and happiness. So health and this vision was envisioned to be fulfilled through 5 objectives. And then very systematically 5 objectives were laid down. The first 2 objectives, any organization to function or flourish, you need the individuals to be empowered. And for that, the first objective of Sangrakshika is to bring health in their lives, the physical, mental and emotional health in the lives of the CISF families. That was the first objective of Sangrakshika. I'll just first give you the 5 objectives and then elaborate later on. Then second was the health included in the vision, included the economic well-being. In our society, women in the majority strata after marriage stagnate. There is no growth in their life. They are so engrossed just in the family, they lose themselves completely. So that was why the economic well-being was important, and in that learning together program, the skilling activities, these things were just to empower them. They can learn new things. They can skill themselves. It's not important to earn money. It is important to keep growing as a person. That was the reason that the second objective was given. And then once the individual is healthy and it is happy, learning new things in life, then only that person can work towards the harmony of the community of CISF. So that is how the third objective came, bringing harmony within the CISF family. And once that CISF, there's harmony within the family, then one can move out to the outer world, help the downtrodden or whoever needs the help, as the welfare associations are supposed to do. And then finally, the environment and the planet, which we have to take care of. That was the fifth objective. So regarding the first objective, I'll say, because that is how the association of BSY and CISF began. Normally in welfare, when people do welfare, and they do welfare for health, it is mostly for curative and preventive aspect of health. Here, the promotive aspect of health of the Sangrakshika CISF families was the intention. That is why this collaboration of CISF and BSY was started. And I always say, the thing which happened in CISF, it is humanly not possible. It is the divine blessing which CISF has, and Swamiji's blessings, that the way people in CISF have been yoga has affected and has reached to the level where it went. Now regarding, I'll not talk about the numbers, but I'll just say that it began with 200. It began with training for trainers program. Again, that was, I think, so the best idea, because those trainers were already into yoga. So they knew what yoga was. And when they came here, in those 10 days, as Swamiji told them, those 200 trainers, that in those 10 days, Swamiji gave whatever he had developed in yoga for over the 50 years. So that was such a big thing. And they, by the blessings of Swamiji, I will say, they could imbibe that. And they imbibed it, and they were able to transfer it when they got back to their units. Men, there were 180 men who took further classes for the personals, and the 20 women, I have been in touch with those 20 women. And later on, more women as they got added, more, and continuously 100. Approximately more than 1,000 people have done that course here. So those girls, those 20 girls, I have interacted with them. The exposure to the ashram, it has changed their life. One, they were in those 10 days, they were able to imbibe the tools which were given and integrate in their own life. Most of them are practicing mantras. They are using Yog Nidra for the shift problems which they tend to have. They are using review of the day. These are the things, and Mana Prasad. The way they teach yoga to the families of the CISF personals, it is amazing to see them teach. With the happiness, duty has been taught to a force, but how to do seva, that they imbibed here. And with that feeling, with that seva, spirit of seva, they are giving it out to the families. So I think I will give one or two examples of these girls, because I don't know about the rest of the male trainers, but these women, I was very closely in touch with them. I used to interact with them, either personally, those who were out, through video conferencing. So one of the girls, she was a Christian girl, and when she met me, she was family way. She told me, "Ma'am, I was an atheist. I didn't believe in God. And now I have developed the faith, and I am a regular practitioner of the mantras." So maybe that the child which is about to come, it is that she got this opportunity, and she has. Then there is Priyanka, one of the female trainers of the first group. She came, and she was one of the trainers who were most moved by this. She said कि मैम हमारे सब questions जितने दिमाग में थे सब आंसर हो चुके हैं when I came for the course here with them. And she told me later on that when I sat for my first camp, I went totally blank. I didn't know what to say. Nothing was occurring in my mind. And I just closed my eyes, and Swamiji came in front of me. And after that, she is one of the best teachers. She has taken 18 camps over this period. So it has been phenomenal. You have to see it, you have to talk to them, you have to interact with them to know how it has affected. Numbers are just numbers, but it has affected lives. It has affected families. People, their lifestyles have changed. Some of them have started taking meals according to the ashram life. They have started cooking the way these girls, the way the food is cooked here. So it is, you just interact with these people who have come. I think so that is, they thank CISF for sending them. They say we couldn't have ever thought in the wildest of dreams to reach here. It is like their akhada experience. They were saying it is like heaven, we have come to heaven on earth. So these feedbacks are so satisfying to hear. So whatever I did or whatever I could do for Sangrakshika has been inspired by the ashram, the tradition, the inspirations which I have got from here. So I like to dedicate everything to the founder of our ashram, Sri Swamiji. So it is, I don't think so I have been able to take it to society. It all happened on its own, and it is blessings of Sri Swamiji that it all happened.
Last of all, what would be your message for all younger generation who seek to have a balanced life?
The world of today is very complicated, and it is very tough for the young people. It is a very tough world. I think if they get in some anchor in life, as parents, I'll say if you are able to give that anchor in life to your child. If they are youngsters here, don't lose the anchor which you have got here. And that anchor can be yoga. It is a very big anchor. Anchor can be ashram. Ashram life is a very big anchor. So I think try to give an anchor to the younger generations. And a younger generation to find an anchor for themselves. So that is, because that is what I have seen in the life of my children, that has bloomed them into the personality they are. And everything, all this, my journey of life has been possible with the blessings and grace of Swamiji.
On behalf of everyone, I would like to thank you again.
It's a pleasure.
For taking time to share your experience, your expression, and I believe your talk will inspire many and lead a simple and meaningful life, as you have always motivated and inspired everyone out there. Thank you.
Thank you.